Asia and beyond. Though his world was different, he faced the riddle of life squarely and has now become one of the most beloved poets in the world. He would always counsel us to awaken from the sleep of the normal mind and leap into the unknown territory, the vast inner regions of the soul. Faced as we are now by global breakdown in every sector, his voice from the past is as relevant today as it has ever been. Keep walking, though there's no place to get to. Don't try to see through the distances. That's not for human beings. Move within, but don't move the way fear makes you move. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the men of old. Seek what they sought. In our times, pilgrimage may still be a valid way of seeking what they sought, and if there is one place on the planet that epitomizes that, it is surely the Holy Land. Jerusalem, the pilgrimage center of the world, has drawn people from all faiths throughout history to its ancient walls. The three central faiths of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity here share Abraham as their common prophet, and their beliefs are founded on a unique relationship with the historical past and the prophetic future. They here live in a tradition bound by sacred time, where history still speaks in a clear voice from mosque to synagogue to church. Their roots were surely in the desert. Much of our modern world is moved by what happened in that desert long ago, whether we like it or not. Every war and every conflict between human beings has happened because of some disagreement about names. It is such an unnecessary foolishness, because just beyond the arguing, there is a long table of companionship set and waiting for us to sit down. What is praised is one, so the praise is one too. Many jugs being poured into a huge basin. All religions, all this singing, one song. The differences are just illusion and vanity. Sunlight looks slightly different on this wall than it does on that wall, and a lot different on this other one, but it is still one light. We have borrowed these clothes, these time and space personalities, from a light, and when we praise, we are pouring them back in. No one is more or less faithful than the other here, as the daily pilgrimage of a religious life is observed in all its minute details. Historical places have become sacred places through the devotion of centuries. Like so many of the attempts of humanity to live good lives, the pilgrim center of the world is obviously sinking into chaos. It seems that the best laid schemes of mice and men often do go wrong, and here it has led to the vying for sacred real estate and filling the pilgrimage center of the world with bullet holes. as Jerusalem eternally remains the apex of religious tension. What was once the Holy Land has become a battleground for ownership. There exists a very negative aspect to pilgrimage that we might all want to do without. It is perhaps the attachment to places we deem more holy than others.
There was a man called Vyas, a poet called Vyas, and he had this inspiration to write the Bhagavad Gita. So it's one of the great poem of our time. But when I say our time, it's a great poem of human history, human evolution. And in this, there's one simple message. And that simple message is message of detachment. Whatever is here is not yours. It belongs to itself. Universe belongs to itself. You belong to the universe. Universe does not belong to you. So all our pain, all our suffering, in this pleasure we take, this is mine. This is my husband. This is my wife. This is my son. This is my daughter. This is my house. This pleasure we think we take in our possessive attachment is the source of our pain. And therefore, detachment, meaning just celebrate. Detachment does not mean denial. Detachment is to celebrate without being enslaved. Attachment is enslavement. You become slave of your idea that it belongs to me. So this is a kind of freedom. Detachment is a sense of freedom. And so you are free from this burden you carry on your shoulders. This is mine, mine, mine. It's an egotistical burden.
William Blake once said, "He who binds himself to a joy doth the winged life destroy. He who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise." The attitude of a pilgrim is never to get stuck to one lifestyle, place, person, or object. Keep moving, keep evolving, and embrace fully the sacred dance of life. Rumi reminds us, you are song, a wished-for song. Go through the ear to the center, where sky is, where wind, where silent knowing. Put seeds and cover them. Blades will sprout where you do your work.
The pilgrimage tradition to Jerusalem and to Israel in general has been going on for thousands and thousands of years. However, this tradition is really based in an ancient history, an ancient idea of sacred place and sacred time. But I was really disappointed to find out that this almost fanatical attachment to sacred real estate wasn't producing the kind of mentality we need to solve our problems at all. It was the exact opposite. It was creating violence and discord and a kind of disintegration. I expected to find out more about the heart of a pilgrim here, but actually it seems to me that in Israel the pilgrim mode is not working at all. It's actually creating a lot more problems than it's solving. So once again, There wasn't an answer here. It just led to more questions.
Not Christian or Jew or Muslim, not Hindu, Buddhist, Sufi or Zen, not any religion or cultural system. I am not from the East or the West, not out of the ocean or up from the ground, not natural or ethereal, not composed of elements at all. I do not exist, am not an entity in this world or the next, did not descend from Adam and Eve or any origin story. My place is the placeless, a trace of the traceless, neither body or soul,